Hello pattern lovers, you're welcome and welcome back. It's yet another exciting tutorial, and in today's video we'll be making this bodysuit. Yeah, we'll be using this style and I'll be using this to show you how to go about a bodysuit, the pattern that you should trust. We'll be going with this neckline, but with this pattern method you're going to use it for any style of bodysuit that you're going for. And this is what the back neckline is looking like. But yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely keep watching. And without further ado, let's get to it. I created a space for front and back, but you need just one pattern for this. Yes, you can grab the front and back on one pattern, then later you trace it out on another pattern paper, because one, it saves you time and it won't confuse you, so that you see exactly what you're going for front and back. So from my shoulder line, I'm going to go down to the waistline and to the hip line, and I'm going to highlight these lines and label them, so that first you know these are the lines that we need before we get other lines. From shoulder to the waistline and from shoulder to the hip line, and I'll label them WL as the waistline and HPL as the hip line. Now from the waistline, I'm going down to my crotch line plus extra 1 inch, 1.5 or 2 inches. Yeah, depending on how much comfort you want down there, depends on how much you're adding there. But you're not going to use your exact waist crotch line. Do you understand? You're going to add 1 inch, 1.5 or 2 inches. Here I added about 1.5 to mine. Then I labeled that CL as the crotch line. On the shoulder line, I'm going to mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then I'll go down to the chest line, and on that point again I'll mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'll just mark the chest line at this point too, so that yeah, I have a straight line for both the shoulder measurement and the chest line this way. Once that is done, I'm going to mark the standard neck width, and then I'll come down here to my front shoulder slope and connect it to the standard neck width like you see me doing it here. Next, I'm going to come up here to about 3.25. Then on that point, I'll go into about ½ inch and come to the chest line and mark the bust measurement divided by 4 minus 1 inch. So 1 inch is not standard. You're going to minus ½ inch, 0.75 or 1 inch or even 1.5 and even 0.25 depending on how much your fabric stretches. And by that I mean how much your fabric stretches this way, widthwise and lengthwise. But if it stretches just one way, you're going to use that stretchy part for the width of your pattern, like the side seam of your pattern. It should be going to the side. So here I have the bust measurement divided by 4 minus 1. I'll come to the waistline and mark the waist measurement divided by 4 minus 1 inch. I first marked the waist measurement divided by 4, my actual waist measurement divided by 4. Then from that point, I went in 1 inch. Then on the hip line, the hip measurement divided by 4 minus 1. And you see how I marked this. If this one is easier for you, just go with it like that. Then I'm going to connect from the bust measurement to the waist measurement and from the waist measurement to the hip measurement this way. And you see that I connected it wrongly. I'll correct that later. Now, here I say you should have your crotch line plus 1 inch or 1.5. The next thing I'm going to do is to start here on the waistline, yeah, and come down to about 4 inches. I have a history with 4 inches. So yeah, depending on where you want this to sit on your body from your waistline, that depends on how much you're coming down. But for me, 4 inches works for me. Then on the crotch line, you go in 1.5. Then I had to clean off the hip line and just mark the 4 inches here on the center front, just so I have a straight line. And this will now be our new hip line. Yeah, just so we don't have too many lines. Then I'm going to get the angle 90 of this point. You see, from these 4 inches here, I'll get the angle 90 at 90 using the protractor that I have here on this ruler. Once I have it, I'm going to highlight it like this, just mark a straight line this way. And then on this point now, I'm going to go into 5 inches. From this point, I'll go in 5 inches. You can just go ahead and measure that your favorite pants at this point if you're confused about all of this, but 5 inches will do it for me. Then I'm going to get it from that 4 inches I have on the side seam to the 5 inches here I have here on the angle 90. and then down to the 1.5 I have here on the crotch line. Then you say the shape that we have. So once you're done, you can use a freehand at this point. Just make sure you have a smooth curve, not too deep, not too shallow. Once that is done, we are going to work with the back, and I'm going to measure from the waistline down to the back crotch, and you're going to basically add 5 inches to your front crotch line. Just measure from your front crotch line to about 5 inches or 6 inches. Like I say, depending on how much comfort you want down there, and also depends on how much your fabric stretches. You don't have, this thing doesn't have to be tight down there. You won't be comfortable with that. So I'll highlight this line, then from that line again, from this front curve, I'm going to go out to 2.5. Yeah, there are two ways I know you can do this and get it accurately. First one is just going out there 2.5, or better still, you connect it straight from this side seam to the 1.5 we have on the crotch line this way. Yeah, then you go in there to 1 inch for the front. Then when you want to curve the back, you go out 2 inches. Yeah, this is the second way, or better still, from the front curve like we already did, you are going to just go out to 2.5 or 3 inches, depending on how much coverage you want there. If you're a full coverage girly, you will do from 3 inches upwards. Just make it as curvy as you want it, depending on how much coverage you want. Like I said earlier, you maintain what you have on the front, but you're extending the crotch length. That's it. But whatever you're connecting it to that 1.5 we have on the crotch length. Just give it any curve that you want. Now for the neckline, I'm going to start here and come into 2 inches, then measure from that point to the center front, and that will be my neck width. So I'm going to mark it. This is my neck width here. I'm going to start from the shoulder and go down to my neck depth, and it's right here. It shouldn't be too low. Then I'll mark the neck width again and mark the neck depth on this neck width line, just so I have a straight line at the end of the day. And I'm going to use my ruler to connect them like you see me do it here. Once that is done, I'm going to like extend this line, just faint line like this, because you will need that. Then from this armhole curve on that line, I'm going to go up to 2 inches. Just go up there 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches. Then you're going to place your curve like this. It shouldn't be too curvy. That's why I'm using this part of my ruler to just give it a slight curve to the neck depth this way. And this is what we have. So we are going to be tracing this out later, and you have to measure this part to know where you will be placing it on it later while working with the neckline. Then for the back neckline, you can do between 2 inches to 3 inches, because it's not too high and it's not too low. 2 inches, 3 inches is okay. Then you're going to get the back shoulder slope, which I'm using 1 inch for my case, and I'll connect it to the standard neck width, then get the arm neckline curve from that point now, just so it blends into the back shoulder slope, so that when cutting, you know where you are cutting. I'll clean up the unwanted parts and we go ahead and cut this out. Yeah, but first we'll be getting the back armhole, get the midpoint from the back shoulder slope to the chest line, and just give it a slight curve like this for the back armhole. I'll first cut out the back pattern. We trace that out on a fresh paper before we cut the front pattern. And yeah, this was when I realized that I didn't connect the waist measurement where I was supposed to connect it. And yeah, I've corrected that, and I'll go ahead and cut the rest of the pattern out. And I'm cutting everything about the back, the neckline, the shoulder slope, the armhole, the side seam, the crotch curve. And yeah, if you're not working with a stretchy fabric, a really stretchy fabric like the one I showed in this video, you don't have to minus 1 inch from your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and your hip measurement. Just minus about 0.25, because this is a body hug. Yeah, so you just have to, just like its name, bodysuit, you just have to suit your body, follow the contour of your body. So you don't have to add any ease. Instead, you should be minusing, except you want to add ease anyway. But yeah, as a bodysuit, it's supposed to hug your body. But aside that, follow every other process if your fabric is just as stretchy as what I showed in this video, so that it will hug your body nicely. Then after cutting the pattern out, I'll keep that aside. Then we are going to be cutting the front out. I'll first cut out this part, and then before we cut the neckline, I'm going to slide in a fresh paper underneath here and trace out this part of the neckline. Just I'll trace this same way you can see me do it, the shoulder slope for the front, and then this neck width. Then after that, I'll just go ahead and cut it out immediately, because yeah, you will need that later. I'll notch this top part and the armhole part, just so that indicates this is the top part and this is the armhole part. Then I'll cut the rest of the neckline and the armhole, and yeah, the neckline is going to be like this at the end of the day. But if you check this neckline and it will confuse you like this, I will advise that you just take it like this. Just take it down like this and trace it out like that. That will be easier for you to work with it, to be very honest. Just trace it out like I just indicated with my hand. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. This is just how you go about a bodysuit, and I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll be seeing you on my next one. Bye bye.